right, welcome back, everybody. Here for winner semifinal number 2, it's going to be Putnam Science Academy versus, oh goodness, I just did get DeSoto.
DeSoto High School, there we go.
By the way, happy graduation to the seniors here on the team that graduated this morning and then drove back here to get their finals done. Congratulations, we are so proud of you. Now let's see what you do on the pitch as we take a look at our Putnam Science Academy students here. There they are, the Mustangs on the screen. What's up, gentlemen? Hope you guys have a fantastic match. You definitely impressed me and Treasure yesterday.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think all commentators come in here with a little bit of a bias, and I'll be the commentator to tell you right up ahead of time. I got a little bit of mine. Putnam Science Academy has been my favorite team to watch play so far. We've had a treat of watching all of these teams, but there is just something special for me about the way they do it. They've been so consistent. They've got such power and ability to make plays out of just about nothing on the pitch, and that kind of explosiveness really speaks to me. So I'm very, very excited to see them making it all the way up here to semifinals and pushing for that opportunity to take it to a potential national championship in our next round coming up after this one. On the other side of our arena, we have DeSoto High School over here represented.
And you know what? DeSoto impressed me the most because they were on the stream first. They lost in the first round. Guess what they did after that? They just made it all the way through the lower bracket, and now they are here on day number 2. They actually bounced out Westwood, who was actually one of my favorites to make it through. But they come up with the goods there. In the end, DeSoto getting the revenge. And now, you know what? They're looking to make their way into the championship match. So, you know what? We got 2 out of 3 of the DeSoto Wildcats there on the screen there. But Wolfie, Mitty, and Kofir. Kofir was one of our favorite players yesterday. I think Mitty was my personal MVP for this squad here. But, I mean, for DeSoto, DeSoto really needs to have a really good performance. Tathu, we were talking about this when I first came in today. Tathu has that extra special something. I called him a silent assassin because they just pop up out of nowhere and makes either a perfect touch, a perfect bunch, or a perfect shot.
Yes, I love that. It reminds me of one of my favorite students that I've taught at my college. And he just is always there in that corner, is making these perfect little bank shots. Like, if it's anything less than 90 degrees, it's like a goat going up a mountainside. If it's 89 degrees in there, he's gonna make it in that back pocket. It's insane every time. And you're like, I didn't even realize that Tathu had rotated up yet. And bam, there it is, and it's done. It's just so explosive. The Wildcats have been really a treat to watch as well. And like you said, they made a crazy losers run that culminated. Their final qualifying match was against the same team that knocks them into losers bracket in the first place. Their first round and their last round yesterday were both Westwood, and it was like a completely different match. They were locked out by Westwood. It felt like a close 3-0, but DeSoto got 3-0 to start this tournament with, and now here they are in semifinals.
And they also did a 3-0 against Westwood.
Yes.
That's the other part. Like, it was a complete, circle of life there. And you know what? The circle of life ended up in Westwood going home. So, yeah, really, this is going to be a fantastic match. I think Putnam Science Academy on paper right now, based upon what I saw from Kofir and Minnie, oh, man. This is going to be a very tall order for DeSoto, if I'm being completely honest with everybody, because the explosiveness, the synergy that we saw between Kofir and Minnie, especially for Putnam Science Academy, absolutely lethal. And I think that if we do see DeSoto win here, okay, it's going to be on the back of Tathu coming through in these clutch moments, that X-Factor player that we love to have and really looking forward to it. So, semifinal number 2, starting right now, DeSoto versus Putnam Science Academy. Bang a gong, get it on, we're going through.
Ooh, 2 little 50s right there, finally ending in the favor of PSA. Spiking this one up to the center. Mitty is already up for it. Taking the first shot. It's going to be a little bit high, and Swizz is there to direct it over to Sauce so we can try and find a little bit more off the play.
Brushy Sauce yesterday was a reason why DeSoto did so well. Look at that carry from Kofir. Are you kidding me? Once again, starting with the aerial gymnastics again.
Putnam Science Academy has put this well into DeSoto's territory and just kept it stuck there for this original 30 seconds of our match right off the bat. But not much joy to be working with off of it. Kofir once again taking the ball up high, taking the opportunity to choose where it's going. Tathu's trying to intercept, but doesn't quite find the mark.
I mean, Wolfie, once again, you know, the first game they had a couple of questionable touches. The second time we saw them on stream, clean that up completely, looked like a different team altogether. And now Kofir, Mini, and Wolfie looking to stamp their shot into the grand final match, playing for the national championship here. Brushy, I think during their loser final yesterday, or the lower final that they had yesterday, Brushy went on a tear, was scoring left, right, center, doesn't matter. Nice demo to save a goal scoring opportunity.
And a demo in return. Kofir here left with the ball all alone, centering this thing and trying to find a way to keep it away from Tathu, just barely over. Sauce is the one to have to come up and clean up the situation, looking to perfect interception on Mini, but Wolfie here to keep in return. Both these teams doing a great job playing the midfield very heavily and doing their best to keep the ball away from any potential shots. But an amazing bump secures this goal for Kofir. The first one going in favor of Putnam Science Academy, but I do not think this is sold nearly at all yet. Sauce there was positioned pretty well to block this, but Wolfie seeing what he had to do.
That was perfect. That was perfect. Wolfie with the little touch to get it in front of Kofir, and then the push. The push was even better in the bump in the goal there, taking Sauce out of it. So, I mean, Brushy Sauce getting a little bit diffed out there. Kofir with boost and setting it up for Mini. Mini gets through there. Kofir sets that up perfectly.
Yeah, Kofir with boost on the enemy side of the field is worth so much. Gets the flip reset. You don't know what else he's going to do, but he actually peels off there, knowing that Mini is already up to that team play coordination. That's going to keep this thing going. And with 2 minutes just about off of the clock, 2 points to go with them in favor of PSA. Shot on goal from Sauce. Wolfie has plenty of time to find this one, though.
Yeah, I mean, this is a miracle start here for Putnam. Oh, my word. I don't know how that doesn't go in. I don't know how that doesn't go on the goal there. I mean, just a very rapid touch. Doesn't even get recorded as a save, but that is definitely a save in my book. Now, I mean, DeSoto starting to get themselves a little together here. Tathu looking for a little touch. Nice demo on the back that needs to start something in the back. The shot! What a save from Swizz on his back heel.
Swizz is coming in with these last-minute reactions that are huge, especially when Kofir has all that boost taking it all the way across the midfield into 1v1. But Kofir cannot be stagnated for long. Coming back in, finds a high five with Mini to celebrate a 3-0 start to the series.
I mean, this is a miracle start for them. That's exactly what they wanted coming out the gate. We're going to see if they can actually continue moving this forward, or if it's going to be, you know, just a last-second thing.
Kickoff here once again going in favor of Putnam Science Academy, but DeSoto is up for this one. Swizz moving this one in their direction. Tathu taking the shot. Kofir being really patient and trying to knock this one away.
I mean, I like the patience. I mean, this is something that we talked about yesterday, is that there was measured aggression and then there was measured discipline on the back of it. And I mean, Sauce right now, Brushy, as we knew him yesterday, really having a good time here, but has not had the offensive impact that we saw versus Westwood yesterday. Shot on goal, pushed away by Kofir. Kofir is all over this pitch.
Now Tathu, we're going to bring this up, gets the mega boost, but it's going to go over. Okay, just scarcely out. Mini need another touch to secure this one. Boost all out for Wolfie. Now is going to have 2 teammates though to rotate up, and is playing a nice defensive line. Kofir once again suspending the ball above the field and gracefully gliding it in.
How? I mean, just baby carriage right there. I mean, that is like holding the baby down and just like, rock my baby, just right over the goal line. Perfect there. 4-goal lead. 1 minute and 40 seconds left here in game number 1. This is our winner semifinal number 2. The winner will face Divine Child out of Michigan for the national title here. And looks like it might be 5. That's a last-minute save there coming from Sauce.
Okay, maybe bring this one out, send it back to the teammates. Wolfie is barely going to be able to manage to hit this one. A nice redirect from Sauce, spikes it off the ceiling once again, giving the ball back to Soto. They're in a little bit awkward spot, not able to clear it for long and not rotating up to work with this. They got to play more aggressive in hopes of finding a goal. Another shot on the net from Sauce, but it's not to be.
I mean, Sauce really was getting forward there. I just don't think they had enough boost to put enough behind that ball. It was a nicely placed shot, but I think that really what we need to look for right now, Putnam, I mean, they can put it on cruise control right now. They can just cruise to a victory here. And I mean, not letting up a goal here in the first game is going to do so much for their mental fortitude going into game number 2. I think for DeSoto, a goal would do them the world of good. Even if they don't win this game, it's going to give them some kind of fuel here. I mean, on day number 2, they haven't scored yet.
That's true. First match of the day, so this is a little bit of a warm-up, and they have the benefit of best of 7. So even if this is a stomp of a game 1, which is as it's looking to be right off the bat, you're still at 4-0 with only 20 seconds remaining. There's still some time to work with. You've got 7 to work with if you're able to take it all the way, even if everything goes the worst for 3 rounds straight. You're still in there. You still have that same chance to come back. Just all your last chances are used up.
I mean, you've got time. I mean, you still got 3 more games at least to get yourself in to contention. I mean, last second drill, they're not going to be any good. So a 4-0 victory here for Putnam Science Academy. The Mustangs coming out strong, just like we saw most of the day yesterday. And now what we need to see out of Wolfie and squad. I mean, Kofir is deadly. Minnie is doing the setup thing once again, and Wolfie has really tightened up even from yesterday. Today, even more strong in that 3rd man position. I mean, DeSoto, maybe it's because they had to run here from graduation. Maybe they're not warmed up completely.
A little bit traveled.
Yeah, maybe a little bit travel weary, but I mean, they still have 3 games at least to get themselves back into the series. So I mean, maybe a little bit of breather, maybe a little bit of a talk to the coach, find out what little quirks they saw there from this PSA side. I think that they can break them down, but it's going to take a lot because right now, PSA, Putnam Science Academy, they are absolutely locking it down like they did yesterday.
That's a 4-0 start. I mean, what can you say about 4-0? That is a stomping first game. But I think the key to starting to slow that thing down, get in the cogs of the engine that's coming at you if you're DeSoto is, you look at Kofir really having a free heyday every time he's going up. Someone's going to be diving that. Just get up in the air, contest him, go up earlier so that you're able to actually beat him to balls more often. Don't let him have a free time there. Make sure they're just sewing back 3rd, and your second man needs to be contesting earlier. You have to force out options, use his flips earlier, otherwise you can just flow more goals right on in.
I mean, flow like a butterfly, sting like a bee. That is Kofir to a T.
Absolutely.
And I mean, look at this. I mean, just the control, even with the 50 that comes through, the ball rotation is still going in favor of PSA. That is some serious chassis control right there.
Love to see something like that. Kofir just hesitates for a millisecond before setting that one in, but it's so close. Wolfie has another opportunity to try and get this one closer to the net. Swizz up there taking their time and having an immediately stolen away from Minnie. Orange team is still making sure to keep a hold of their boost, and Sauce gets this one right behind 2 players for Putnam Science Academy, trying to send it off the ceiling. Not quite getting the reset touch that they're looking for, and the play's going to die.
I mean, better out of DeSoto. They've looked like they've tightened up their defense as well. They're playing more of a 1-1-1 now instead of a 1-2. Yeah. So I think that, having that roving midfield, the rover, is really starting to work out for them. There's a shot from Swizz, forces a save out of Kofir. And there you go. You mentioned it. Get up earlier. Get Kofir out of position. You just did it.
Yeah, good stuff. See Sauce going up again and stealing boost from the opposing side as well. Nice stuff to be working with Tathu. We can see so many boosts being taken right here. That's some great attrition as well. It's going to prevent Kofir from going up as often as well. That's so much score and playmaking potential that's going to be just removed, just drained away from the Putnam Science side.
I mean, a little bit more aerial aggression coming from Putnam Science Academy. I think they're feeling the pinch here in game number 2. I think that DeSoto is really starting to pressure them, especially at the midfield line, and especially aerially. So, I mean, they're actually going to increase their aerial attack against this DeSoto squad. This might actually play in favor of DeSoto.
Well, if you lose out on the pinch that they were looking for there, but 3 touches in a row, just getting through all of the defense. Demo's coming out, and Sauce has some time to trap the ball. Nice set up for their teammate Tathu, bringing this one up on 50. Once again, sends back to the orange side. 2 blue players are up. Kofir already up in the air and sending it to a perfect corner. I didn't even think that was going to make it in from the angle we're seeing it.
Oh my Lord. Far post as skinny as a knife right there. I mean, you could have not placed that any better. We've seen the aerial goals coming out of Kofir. That was a ground-based just redirection that was smooth as silk. You love to see that. There's the lead. I mean, right at the 2:30 mark. So, I mean, halfway through. Only 1 goal here. Still time for DeSoto to get themselves back in this series. They need to up the aggression. They need to up the physicality. They don't need to let up goal number 2 to Kofier.
Looks like it just slipped under the wheels. Just that soft touch isn't able to get anything more. Kofier, though, put in a nasty touch. It's hard to tell where that was going anyways. He slammed all around the ball.
I mean, that's just great mechanics right there. Great mechanics out of Kofier. Waited for the move and then countered against it. I mean, beautiful work out of Kofier. There's the 2-goal lead. There's the insurance goal, just in case DeSoto does get one back. We're looking for something. We're looking for a spark of life here from DeSoto. They're looking extremely flat. Oh my word. There's the hat trick right before the 2-minute mark. Kofier gets up high, and I mean, Wolfie, what a great set. Everybody was involved there.
Yep,
just a little set. I mean, the 3-piece, give and go. Beautiful work.
Every aspect of that was great. Wolfie setting it up, using the wheels, actually turned over at the last moment, totally baiting out DeSoto. And DeSoto is challenging more in the sky now, but it's not going to do you anything if you have these last-minute, really technically impressive moments from players like Wolfie jumping in there, immediately knocking this thing down, and knowing that you had a pinch setup from your teammates. That's such a great degree of coordination.
I mean, look at that once again, by the Wolfie. Perfect positioning. The touch was beautiful. They were just ready to go. They knew the shot was going to come through from that position. The game sense of this Putnam Science Academy, they are really starting to show out how technically smart in this game they are.
Here, Swizz rounding out, getting some boost, having to go slowly, and there's no big boosts left, so using the small pass to just get that economy up. And back in the play here, now taken off the wall, has a shot opportunity. Kofier in the air already, though, to make the save from behind.
This is starting to get a little bit scary for me. DeSoto just looks completely out of energy. This is not what we saw out of them yesterday. We saw it in the first game where they just kind of got, stomped, and then they made that lower bracket run. And I thought that was going to be the fuel to push them forward, but now it looks like they're, once again, flagging on energy and just getting completely outplayed. I want to see just a little bit more out of them. I want to see them get mad. I want to see them get passionate. I want to see them go into challenges and start being a little bit reckless because, you know what? There's no second chance after this game.
Yeah, you can't wait until you're down 3 games to make that energy comeback. You have to lock in right now. The lightning has to come out of the bottle. Right now, DeSoto is down 7-0 in the series. That is just a mollywop of a first 2 games already. 24 seconds left. It's just about out of the realm of doability, but they're going to try their best right here. DeSoto showing us what they've got, but Wolfie takes the possession right away.
Minnie with a shot on goal. There's number 4. What a set from Wolfie. We were talking about it. This is a well-oiled machine. PSA right now are firing at the peak of their performance right now. They are peaking at the right time, and they're putting on the display right now. This is 2 4-0 scores. 12 seconds left. DeSoto has not found the back of the net yet. Honestly, they haven't been very close.
Yeah, and there is no better time in the year to be peaking. Like, in the entire year, this afternoon is the span of just a couple hours where you want to be the best you've ever been. Putnam Science Academy just showing off right now, back-to-back 4-0s, 8-0 in the bank for the series so far. They're halfway to a victory and a secured spot in grand finals up against Divine Child High School. This is just such a commanding show.
Well, what can DeSoto do? Honestly, I think tempo right now is a little bit slow. So I think that if DeSoto wants to go fast, I think that's a great start for them. Physicality, we're not seeing nearly enough. When they do get a demo, it's almost like it's a dual demo, where they're getting demoed back from it. So the bumps need to be cleaner. They need to be more numerous as well. And then the tempo needs to be increased here from them. I think if they play faster, this is going to be a much better result for them because right now, PSA, they just on cruise control. They've already set the cruise control. They got their foot off the gas pedal. They're just driving along like a Sunday cruise.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's so easy to say at any time. You got to play faster. But right now, you do just have to. You're saying Putnam Science Academy is on cruise control? Well, DeSoto's just not putting the foot down on the gas fast enough to keep up with the cruise control. You have to catch up before you can really be fighting against this just premier team in Putnam Science Academy. Wolfie already going up here, has the flip reset available, makes it there, and the passing play. Wolfie and Kofir, amazing together. Wolfie has just turned it on to a ridiculous degree with very few points actually scored by Wolfie themselves. But these are practically unmissable goals as long as your teammates are listening to your comms right now. Wolfie is just the controller. The controller from behind just says exactly what's going to happen and is just going to. Nice
there
shot
we
on
go.
Goal and a confirmed first goal in the series for DeSoto.
I mean, we're cheering for both these teams. Well, I mean, we cheer for all the students here. We cheer for all the teams.
How can we not?
How can
They're
you
so
not?
Amazing.
I mean, how can you not? And we don't want to see anybody go out like a chump, right? So this is exactly what we're seeing now. We're seeing the fight come back. That was a beautifully set up goal. DeSoto finally on the scoreboard here in our winner's semi. Now, will that be the spark that gets them moving forward? There's a nice shot.
Oh.
What a touch there. And we're not done yet. Oh, but a save. Good Lord, Wolfie, how do you get back to that?
That is amazing. Okay, going back on the goal here. Tathu, though, is playing pretty fast. That's exactly what we wanted. DeSoto is keeping up with all of our requests this way. Which means that they've got a good head on their shoulders. They're able to talk in between these games and identify their problems, and that is rare from teams at any level, let alone at the high school level, and I really appreciate that. And they're not even taking timeouts for this. This is something that you know is going on in their headsets, on their Discord call together. Oh, they're making these switch, sending that up towards center field, but Kofir just managed to stop this one before it gets beyond the point of no return.
That was an important touch there, but I mean the follow-up, the save from Sauce. Oh, Swassy, yeah, you love to see it. You love to see the kind of passion there, and just getting back at the last second. Now Kofir looking for a little bit of touch back there on the side. That's a wonky touch. Yeah, that's going to be a centered ball. Nobody on the back side of it, so they dodge a bullet there, Treasure.
That's the second bullet that DeSoto has dodged in this play so far, and the ball is still so close to their net. Finally finding out here. But Kofir's up again. A beautiful redirect. It needs a double save. It's still inching into the net. Wolfie credited with the points in the end. Just unrelenting aggression, and that double commit was finally forced out. Just a couple mistakes from DeSoto, finally culminating in that point. And once again, Putnam, the Science Academy, is in the lead, a place that they're looking to confirm and just keep going with. They're already on a roll. They want to make it an avalanche.
I mean, taking a look at the goal explosion celebration, calculated, I think that's what Wolfie is. I think that's what Wolfie is. Wolfie is the calculated controller.
And the crazy thing actually is that I was thinking that as I saw that goal explosion, I was like, we haven't seen the calculator for a bit. And it's Wolfie, a play that we are just talking about non-stop. And that really goes to show just how much Wolfie is able to do through communication and perfect setups. It's a great head on the shoulders to be able to pull out some of these, sometimes players make solo plays and you're just like, that is just a show of your skill, your ability to move your car, your control, and your ability to read your opponents. And Wolfie's doing this consistently, but not to score for himself. It's to make sure that his teammate is going to.
I mean, is it a la Ruben like yesterday during our lower brackets finals? Yeah, I think it is. I think Ruben put on a show yesterday, trying to avoid elimination. They didn't do it in the end, but man, I still remember Ruben today, and now we're starting to see the same thing from Wolfie.
Sauce here looking around this one out, taking the boost. That's a great position to be in. We need the aggression from DeSoto to start starving out the defense. Sauce showing us the Sauce coming around on that corner, just dominating on both sides of the pitch.
I mean, that was great. That was great, and takes it off Kofir right there. That's a great 50 there, right, as they're trying to exit out of their defensive third. Beautiful work there. Even score now. 2 minutes left on the clock, just about. I mean, we're in game number 3, so this is a great turnaround time for them. Not going down 3 games in a row and facing match point. If they can go 2-1 here, that would be fantastic. What a save coming out from Minnie.
Yeah, so it's getting another shot. There's been I think the shots are pretty heavily in favor of DeSoto at this point. They've been hammering at Putnam Science Academy's net. Just is so hard to open up that defense. Kofir is already up, looking to redirect. It's a clean one, just barely touching and giving the maximal bank back out towards the opponent's side of the field. Ooh. Kofir and Minnie here stalling the ball out a little bit in the midfield. Swiss trying to do anything to stop the play and succeeding in doing so without any boost in the tank.
I mean, that's great. I mean, Swizz playing the ball perfectly and playing the play rather than just tracing the play coming through. That was a bullet towards the far post, but not on target now. Sauce with some goose to work with, but trying to find that mega on the side. I don't know if he got it or not.
I don't know. Here, orange side pushing up, but Mini is going to bang this one out after that shot. A nice save that keeps us away from DeSoto finally peeling away something they've been trying to do all series long. They've caught up. They finally succeeded in that, but they need to peel ahead of Putnam Science Academy to find their spot in the series. Still hovering around DeSoto's goal line. Wolfie is threatening with the drop down. You do not want Wolfie sending things mid ever. That is the thing to avoid against Putnam Science Academy.
I mean, you're absolutely right, Treasure. That's a recipe for disaster. With 20 seconds left now, my friend. 20 seconds before we have a winner, or we're going to have some overtime, some bonus Rocket League here. 10 seconds left. No boost here to speak of. Kofir has a head full of steam. That's actually a dangerous ball moving forward.
All right, saved though by the blue side. Tathu awkward now as Swizz has taken up the offensive play. It is all up to Sauce to keep this thing safe and touch it down for overtime.
An overtime victory here for DeSoto, I think, resets the entirety of this series. Because, you come back from down 2 scores.
Two shots already. Mini making that second save. Tathu's coming in here trying to send it back to center. Swizz looking for the opportunity. Great aggressive positioning when you need the goal to go in. Tathu's got to rotate back, trying to get back in the play here. Kofir doing so much with so little in the tank. Demoed though, and Sauce finds a 50 back towards the blue side.
I mean, this is a great opening here for DeSoto. And talking about resetting the mental here, I mean, the mental looks pretty strong because they have come back down from 2 goals, right, here in game number 3, and now they've equalized it. And I mean, if they win the overtime, that's going to put PSA on notice that they are not done. And also, it's going to put them on notice that, hey, we're winning, but Kofir puts the dagger in the heart. 49 seconds into our overtime. There's the game winner. Who else but Kofir?
Of course. Kofir, that scorer of all scorers. DeSoto putting so many shots. The defense for Putnam Science Academy showing us it's just as potent as that offense that put in 8 goals in a row to start off this series. We saw that turnaround. It's the turning point game, I'd say, game 3. Is it too late, though? We said if it takes until game 4 when you're down match point to get back, are on the razor's edge, fighting for your life every single time. We've gotten there. It's game 4 now. It's 3-0 for Putnam Science Academy, but we saw that fire in game 3. Like, we've started potentially that turnaround.
Well, I mean, at least it started in game 3 and not in the middle of game 4. So, I mean, an early goal here for DeSoto will do them the world of good. And I think that's what they need. I think they need an early goal. Nice little flip there. Something different, something creative instead of just trying to bash the goal. They tried to outmaneuver the Putnam Science defenders. It didn't work, but now that puts that little bit of doubt in the back of their heads.
Yeah, you'd think that there's just about only one way to use a card and knock a ball into a goal. But the creativity that you get to see in just angling so specifically to turn these 50-50s to your favor, and that's that little bit of creativity that we get to see really early. DeSoto needs some more of that to get these goals and just put Putnam Science Academy off kilter to, all 3 blue players up right now, and that is going to cost them. Swizz getting right in there. Swizz doing a great job of positioning right on top of Putnam's goal, looking for bump opportunities and looking for these dunk opportunities right off the rim.
What a carry from Tathu, though. Tathu, once again, my X factor for this DeSoto squad. The silent assassin, once again, it's a carry in, and then it's a clinical finish for Swizz on the back of it. So, I mean, more of that, yes, please.
Absolutely. That's what we want to be seeing. We want to keep this series going as long as we can, see the best performances there are to be had. And with DeSoto already pulling out the stops in this last game. Sauce goes up here. No more boost to be working with. The forces that 50 out of Mini. Tathu coming in here and forcing once again a lot of physical action midfield.
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted from DeSoto because, I mean, they were just getting beat up the first 2 games of the series. Now here in game number 4, they're giving as well as they're dishing. So, I mean, this is exactly what I wanted to see from them. I wanted to see them go completely full bore into these challenges. That's what we're getting, and we're getting better Rocket League from both squads now.
Tathu trying to send some to himself mid, and Wolfie's already there, just flying up the center field to try and take it. Kofier sneaking in there under the opponents and scoring off of Kofier's assist.
I mean, look at Minnie. Minnie with a beautiful touch there, just finds the rotation. Kofier on the back of that. I mean, Wolfie to Minnie, Minnie to Kofier. I mean, that is a perfect equation for success.
You look how it left Swizz just rolling in the air there, trying to figure out where this thing was coming from. Is it going above me? Is it going into me? Is it going under? And he just can't react quite fast enough with how fast the ball's zigzagging into net.
I mean, it's perfect play, though. I mean, this is, we were talking about Putnam Science Academy peaking at the right time. And yes, they did make that very interesting in game number 3. But Wolfie has awoken again. I mean, we saw the improvement from game 1 to game 2 on stream yesterday. Now we're seeing the next level up from Wolfie. Minnie and Kofi are still playing the same. They're still clinical finishers. They're still playing the 1-2 touches. But Wolfie has really turned this around for them.
Yeah, and Wolfie, we see that right there. We don't get credited with the goal because he didn't quite get the, or a shot because he didn't quite get the touch. But that was one where he's just looking to slot it in as he passed by the goal. Kofi taking this one off the ceiling. It's intercepted, and we get another 50 as. Okay. As Soto brings this one to the goal. That POV was really scary. Is that on?
I mean, it looked like it was going far post, but that's a little bit wide. Kofi now with a full boost, actually putting it up high. Oh my word! That was an important save there, keeping them in the series. 2:05 left on the clock. Once again, Wolfie with the touch, still keeping the pressure on this DeSoto goal. The defensive third is full of blue players. Minnie looking for the touch. She barely misses.
Minnie stealing away all of the mini pads for the Horn side, making it so hard for them to fill back up and get out of this play. Now they got the resources to keep this thing going. Minnie all the way up again, using all of that accumulated well to just keep dunking in. Wolfie up again.
Oh!
Minnie needs to dump back in that play. Swizz having to play this midfield, not able to get back to the goal line, but fully boosted and now looking for the conversion. Doesn't quite tap it in.
There it is.
Sauce!
DeSoto back on top, 90 seconds on the dot. Left here in game number 4. There is no saying die here for DeSoto. DeSoto, their tournament lives are on the line here, and they have just given themselves the lead with 1:30 left in the game. Please do not give me a kickoff goal.
Yeah.
That would just absolutely deflate me and Treasure both.
Luckily,
after all the great play.
Luckily, Sauce is there once again to clutch up on this one for DeSoto. And up in the air, Tathy's taking this one towards the goal line, dropping it a little bit early, just not enough gas in the tank. Has to rotate back. Sauce is up once again. Very early to deflect this play, but it's going right down to the blue.
I mean, aerial pinch there, actually really safe there from DeSoto. So, I mean, they don't get punished on the back of it, but this is where I want to see them get just a little bit more forward, just a touch more forward, and force the positioning away from PSA. But PSA, I mean, they've been clean all day long. You know, uncharacteristic for them to let out 2 goals here in game number 4 against, you know, what they've been doing all day. That's an important touch once again from Kofier.
I mean, playing a little bit greedy for touches, has left blue side in a dicey spot, but finally stabilizing. Now Wolfie takes it down the midfield as Swizz needs just a little bit of a recharge to get back into the play, and DeSoto's keeping up the aggression. It's exactly what we want to be seeing from them right now. They've got the opportunity. Tathy dunking this one on in.
Oh!
A demo as well will secure it as Swizz comes flying in from behind.
Oh, what a beautiful setup right there, Swizz. I mean, Tathy once again has 2 assists here in game number 4. And, well, I tell you what, I mean, with 18 seconds left, 2 goals is the margin. This is exactly what DeSoto needed to get themselves back in the series and get themselves some, oh, no, get themselves
breathing room, we were thinking, but maybe not anymore. 15 seconds, got to be another kickoff goal just about, or in that 0 seconds to keep this thing flying on in. But Putnam Science Academy, they see the possibility of taking this one into overtime. DeSoto now, I don't know, not right in the line, but their breathing room is just gone.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Kofier winning that kickoff. But I mean, still, there's 5 seconds left here. That's a great touch from Swizz. Now you just need to ground the ball. That's exactly what they're going to do. Well, I say that.
Not quite.
Not quite.
Just denied.
I mean,
Sauce. Nice.
Yeah, there we go.
Little mix-up touch. That's perfect.
It just took us a little bit of a time there to get that last touch there. And so, I mean, a 3-2 victory here for DeSoto in game number 4. So they keep their tournament lives alive. They show us signs of life treasure.
Yeah.
And the big thing is that now they've got a little bit of momentum. I think they may have cracked a little bit of the code of what Putnam Science Academy want to do. And they're starting to get, the tempo has increased. Like I asked for, the physicality is there. Like I asked for,
yes.
You know what, keep listening to us. We know what we're talking about here. And so
keep listening to each other.
Yes.
I mean, clearly they're having these same conversations. It's almost like that telepathic link.
Yeah.
I promise I don't have any telepathic powers. I don't think I'm influencing this game. I love the adaptation that we just keep seeing from DeSoto. They're smart players, and they are able to use what they see ahead of them to their advantage. I think that's pretty key on how they're able to make that run back yesterday against West with the 3-0 in the face of an 0-3 earlier in the same day.
So we know they have the mental fortitude.
Yes.
And we almost have an early goal there from Sauce. Sauce actually still with control of the ball. How do you do that? Tathu looking for a little something off the backboard. They actually have the positioning. They have the trailer. Nobody gets a shot on goal. I mean, it gets pinched out, but still in favor of DeSoto. So, 20 seconds in here. First couple chances going to DeSoto.
All right, Tathu has to get up there a little bit too far up for comfort. But Sauce taking this one down. Out of boost, though, Tathu's looking for an opportunity for a read in here in the midfield, but Wolfie's probably going to be taking this one off goal. No, it's actually Kofir sending it up, but just trading back and forth.
I mean, Sauce is really playing the aerial game right now, and I think that Tathu is looking for any kind of support on the back of that. Really what we need to see from them is, continuing this up. I mean, this forward pressure right now has been working for DeSoto, and a nice demo comes through.
Tathu trying to center this, but Wolfie pulling up on the corner, trying to force some dunks or trades. Mini keeping it up, and a back touch by Wolfie keeps the pressure on. Kofir with the full tank of gas, finally intercepted. Looks for a second touch, which he's been so good at securing in such situations. It's just not going to be.
I mean, Swizz right now needs to be Johnny on the spot. I think we've seen a lot out of Sauce here in the game. We've seen a lot out of Tathu. I think Swizz has had some beautiful moments here. I'd like to see some demos out of Swizz, or some crucial bumps. I think that would be really, really good play for them. I don't have much really other than, the tempo was really slow for them in the beginning. I think that they've really sped that up, and I think the physicality's come through a lot more, so I think we're going to have a lot better Rocket League coming through. We haven't gone past the game 5 here in the winner's day, or the winner's semifinal day, so I mean, we're looking to see how are they going to pull themselves back, because the reverse sweep has started. They just got to keep going.
A couple of dives there from Blue isn't going to be successful. I think Wolfie ran out of gas. They're just short of keeping the ball up. An attempted pass to midfield, but intercepted. Kofir is there ahead of Swizz. The comms didn't quite come out in time, but Swizz is trying to knock this one down for Sauce, who is a little bit late to the party, but knocking it back up once again, keeping this thing rolling. Swizz still looking out for the opportunity. Blue side has gotten one of their mega boosts, which is going to help them to get out of this situation as soon as Swizz runs out of power to keep on the play. Sauce comes back in, doesn't get the touch that DeSoto is hoping for. Tathu's got to be the last one up, doesn't quite hit the redirect, just barely off of the timing, and Wolfie puts in another goal in this series.
I mean, that was like millimeters from being saved from Tathu.
Yep.
I mean, they, triple commit there, I like it. I actually like it there as we're approaching the halfway point. They actually had good rotation. That's just an incredible touch out of Wolfie. And Wolfie, once again, on that Ruben level of yesterday. And look at that. Oh, boy, is this the floodgates about to open onto this poor DeSoto side. They fought so hard to get themselves back into this situation where Putnam Science, they're up by 2.
Yeah, suddenly we're slipping down the hill, the rocks and dirt falling beneath DeSoto's feet, but it's still doable. They've done the same thing before against other teams even in this weekend. This is not the worst spot that they've been in. They've been down to 4-0 to this same team already in this series, and we've moved well away from that period of the match. But Putnam Science Academy really want to put this one away. They're still on their match point, and Wolfie showing that fire, using the play off of their teammate in mid. Once again, it's this consistency. Mini right here bumping it up for Wolfie. These two-part plays are the bread and butter for Putnam Science Academy, allowing them to just keep slamming goals onto the net. They have 16 points so far in the series. It's a lot, especially off those 2 4-0 games.
Absolutely. I mean, 105 kph is about 72 miles an hour, and that's point blank. You saving that? So, I mean, looking at what's
like a rifle blast.
It is.
Right into the goal.
I'm scared. I'm scared for them right now. I'm scared for DeSoto. They showed us some heart. Game number 4, they get themselves on the board. The PSA, I think that they smell the end here, especially with the early 3 goals. 90 seconds left. 30 seconds a goal here to get yourself back equal. And I think they can do it, but they've got to start right this second.
Nice. Sauce up for the block. Tathu using no boost, not even quite finding that corner boost either. That's a really rough spot to be in as it's stolen away by the blue. But some great coordination from DeSoto to make sure that the ball is getting out. Swiss missing the opportunity, and a block coming in to make sure that the play isn't going to have any more legs to it. Wolfies getting up to keep this one. Just pinned, I guess, right above the net, and having Boost still getting a little bit of a pinch off their teammate. Swizz incidentally sending this one right on net. Luckily, Sauce is in the way.
Well, we'll see what we got here in the last 60 seconds for DeSoto. Their season is on the line here, my friend. And Kofi and company, they are looking very strong indeed. They're looking for 4. That is going to be the dagger right there, I do believe. Many putting the last nail in the DeSoto coffin. It will take a monumental effort here from DeSoto. 12 seconds a goal, about.
Yeah, at this point, it's more of like an enigma of a game if DeSoto is able to get back into this. 40 seconds for 4 goals. Right on the brink of what we consider possible, but the last-minute save keeps it out of the net, not even counted as a shot by the game right there. This thing's going to be bounced right on out. Sauce has to be looking to double down on the goal, but with 1 player down, there's a lot less offensive pressure for Putnam Science Academy, or for Putnam Science Academy to be faced with. Mini just keeping this thing rounded with 17 seconds. Putnam Science is so comfortable. They have secured their spot in grand finals here at HSEL Nationals. A phenomenal space to be in. They'll be going up against Divine Child High School for the championship match.
Michigan versus, I believe, Massachusetts here. I'll make sure on that before I get into our next game. But, that was pretty comprehensive out of Putnam Science Academy. Dropping game number 4. We've seen 2 4-1s now.
Yeah.
So, both team that's made it to our championship final have dropped a game in their winner's semi. So the level of play has been getting better. Now, PSA versus Divine Child. Our grand final matchup. This is going to be good.
Yeah, that's an amazing one. We've seen, actually, I think these are 2 of the most parallel teams in the way that they play. And we'll get into that more. We'll go to a little bit of a break as the players are getting ready, as we get ourselves freshened up for this final one as we close out HSEL Nationals for Rocket League. We're super pumped for it, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.